Y'all, happy Saturday. We need to talk. I want to apologize for looking like crap, but I don't get a lot of sleep nowadays with a toddler. So we're just going to get right into this. 99% of people probably will not be able to do this. So this is probably going to affect about 99% of people. I would say this is probably going to affect 99% of people. But let's get into it. I've been doing a lot of thinking, and there are a lot of people who always talk about bugging out, and this is not to knock any other channels, any prepping channels, any survival channels, anything like that. I have just been doing a lot of serious thinking, and the more I think about it, this is something that, at least for myself and my family, is really just not realistic. So I will be bringing you more realistic videos that pertain to like families and things of that nature, that are more relatable for certain demographics. And what I'm talking about is bugging out. So a lot of people say or people think that, if SHTF happens, they're just going to grab their camping gear and whatever other gear that they have assembled in a backpack and just head out into the nearest woods. And that's just so not realistic for me. I have some woods next to my house and everything here, and I wouldn't even go to those because here's the thing. I have kids. I have 6 kids, and although my kids vary in ages, that's not realistic. I don't see myself taking my kids who range in age from 1 to almost 21 and just going to bug out in the woods like we're going camping for an unknown amount of time. You can bug out for 3 months, 6 months, a year. You don't know how long you're going to have to bug out because the location that you left for a reason, right? So you don't know how long you're going to have to bug out. And for myself and my family, that's really not realistic at all for us to just go into the woods and camp out or bug out. And I think that is an expectation that I think people feel like they have to do that goes with prepping and survival just because they've seen it on so many channels. But you have to evaluate your situation and see if that's something that is even doable for yourself. That's why I tell people just to make sure that you're doing your research 100% of the time. No matter what you see on channels, always do your research, because like I said, the more I thought about it, I can't see myself hiking with my 1-year-old. His bag alone that we even carry around, that's just one backpack. And yeah, I can stuff it with stuff, but I have 5 other kids, and even if they all have a backpack, there's only so much food, so much anything that you can pack in there. And then another thing, people think they're just gonna get up one day and grab their bags and head to the woods. Okay, are you even physically fit to be able to do that stuff? Are you physically fit to go up steep terrain? Have you trained your body? Are you physically fit to even be able to do that? And not even being physically fit. There are some people, suppose you have a family member that has a wheelchair or has a walker. What are you going to do? Have you thought about that? Are you going to leave your family member in the house that you've left? So that's all things that I think people need to be thinking about. I don't want people to get so hung up on bugging out that they're not sitting up there thinking realistically about things. Depending on what the situation is, like I said, if everything was in chaos and there was nowhere safe, I'm not going to bug out into the woods. At this point, I'm just going to stay at my home. Now, of course, situational things, like weather and things like that, of course, I would leave my home. So I don't know if you would consider that bugging out, depending on what is going on, you would have to leave and relocate, to seek, safer shelter, if it's a hurricane or something like that, depending on where you are, because I did tell you guys I grew up in North Carolina on the coast. So yes, we would actually go more inland, which would be more my way that I am now, if there were a hurricane that we didn't feel comfortable staying with. But just things that are just so much of the unknown is going on. People think that it's just going to be civil unrest and things like that people may bug out for. That's not realistic for myself and my family, y'all. So again, I just don't want you guys to get too hung up on that, and I just want you guys to consider what you're going to do in case of an emergency, but figure out what you're going to do depending on the situation, because I think depending on the situation, you're going to have to act and do things that pertain to that specific situation. So let me know what your thoughts are about this. Do you plan on bugging out if anything happens, or does it just depend on the situation? Do you plan on going to the woods, or do you just plan on staying at your home and just seeking shelter at your home because that's what makes the most sense, and that's where you're comfortable. All right, y'all, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please make sure to thumbs up this video. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next one.